if you want to know exactly why the US copied the Shahed drone from Iran, watch this video. See exactly what makes that particular drone very unique and also very powerful, and also why the US had to copy it and without even making it a secret. Just watch and see the genius work these people did here.
Why did the US military steal the design of a cheap Iranian drone? Well, because it is terrifyingly effective. When its warhead makes contact, a firing pin strikes the primer, activating the detonator and setting off a massive explosion. But the US didn't just copy it, they upgraded it. They took the Iranian design and swapped out the GPS navigation for an advanced but budget-friendly optical terrain matching software. Still, you have to hand it to the Iranians, they basically built the discount cruise missile. To put it in perspective, a single Tomahawk missile costs $2.5 million. A Shahed, an American Lucas drone, only about $35,000. And the craziest part, these cheap drones can actually be used to hunt down mobile targets, like tanks and other armored vehicles. When the Pentagon captured an Iranian Shahed 136, they didn't just study it, they cloned it. But here's the twist, when engineers cracked the Iranian drone open, it was already full of American-made GPS modules and microchips. On the outside, the Shahed and the new American Lucas drone are practically twins, sharing the exact same 3.5-meter delta wing frame. But peel back the carbon fiber, and they are completely different machines. The Shahed is a blunt instrument. It's a blind, flying bomb designed to be launched in massive swarms along a rigid path just to overwhelm air defenses. But the US Lucas drone, however, taps directly into the Pentagon's heavily encrypted, military-grade M-code GPS that is highly resistant to enemy spoofing and jamming. Furthermore, the Lucas is equipped with advanced optical terrain matching software. If the Iranian military manages to jam the GPS, the American drone simply looks down. The moment the GPS signal drops, the drone's flight computer instantly seamlessly switches to its internal backup, a technology known as digital scene matching area correlation. The drone literally looks down. A high-definition optical sensor housed in the underbelly snaps awake, functioning like a high-speed digital eye. It begins capturing continuous, rapid-fire images of the terrain passing below, scanning the ridgelines, the dry riverbeds, the highway intersections, and the shadows of the Iranian mountains. This terrain scanning technology is exactly what you find inside a Tomahawk cruise missile. But here's the game changer. A single Tomahawk costs $2.5 million. The Lucas drone delivers that exact same precision for just $35,000. But seeing the ground isn't enough, the drone has to understand what it's looking at. Deep inside the drone's chassis, protected from the electronic jamming outside, is a solid-state memory drive preloaded with highly classified, high-resolution 3D topographical satellite maps of the entire region. The drone's onboard artificial intelligence takes the live video feed from its camera and instantly converts the landscape into a digital wireframe mesh. It then overlays this live scanning mesh onto the pre-recorded 3D map in its memory, searching for a match. It acts like a high-speed puzzle solver, comparing the unique contours of the Earth below to the digital map inside its brain. In a fraction of a second, the algorithm recognizes a specific mountain ridge or road layout. By identifying exactly what it is flying over, the drone instantly calculates its precise coordinates, altitude, and speed, all without a single signal from space. It realizes it has drifted a few hundred feet to the left due to crosswinds. The flight computer sends micro-adjustments to the rear control surfaces. The drone banks sharply, correcting its trajectory, and locks back onto the strike path. Even in a completely blacked-out, GPS-denied environment, this continuous cycle of scanning, matching, and correcting allows the American drone to thread the needle through enemy air defenses and drop its payload with devastating pinpoint accuracy. While the Shahed 136 carries a 40 to 50 kilogram explosive warhead, a fragmenting high-explosive charge that produces both a blast-overpressure wave and a lethal spray of high-velocity metal fragments. When it's time to strike, both drones drop from the sky in a steep, 80-degree death dive. But here is how the Lucas drone is different from the Shahed 136. This isn't just for accuracy, it gives enemy air defenses almost zero time to react. When the drone's nose slams into the target, raw physics takes over. The sudden violent stop causes a mechanical firing pin inside the warhead to jolt forward using its own momentum. Just for context, both drones use a point-detonating PD fuse. In a fraction of a blink, it strikes a primer, throwing a spark into the detonator and instantly igniting the main explosive core. What happens next is devastating. The solid explosives instantly vaporize into gas, creating a massive, invisible shockwave that crushes concrete and shatters electronics. Simultaneously, the drone's metal casing is ripped apart, sending hundreds of razor-sharp steel fragments flying outward at supersonic speeds. But can this be used for a tank? Yes, if the Lucas is equipped with its anti-tank warhead, it goes a step further, firing a molten high-velocity metal slug straight through heavy armor. But how effective is the Lucas against heavily armored targets like tanks? Highly effective. When equipped with a specialized anti-tank warhead, the drone functions much like an RPG. Upon detonation, it drives a high-velocity, molten metal slug directly through the vehicle's armor. Next, let's look at the operational range. How far can these kamikaze drones travel? The original Iranian Shahed 136 relies on a large, four-cylinder Mano MD550 engine. This bulky, fuel-heavy setup is designed for long-range bombardment, allowing the drone to travel anywhere from 2,000 to 2,500 kilometers. Conversely, the American Lucas utilizes a compact 215cc gasoline engine. By reducing its fuel payload, its maximum reach is capped at approximately 800 kilometers. However, this reduction in range is highly intentional. The US military traded fuel for advanced precision guidance. Unlike the Shahed, if the Lucas goes off course or if a target becomes mobile, the drone can be dynamically reassigned to a new target while still in the air. If you're looking to upgrade your digital defense system, you need to check out this military-grade VPN. Think of Surfshark VPN as your frontline defense. It scans and detects threats, alerting you to thousands of dangerous emails. Beyond that, it includes a robust antivirus software to shield your devices from viruses, malware, and tracking by ads, bots, or third parties. Finally, with Surfshark VPN, a single subscription covers not just you, but also your friends or even your entire city if you wanted. Go to our link surfshark.com/AITele. By buying through the promo link, you will get 4 extra months free, assured by a 30-day money-back guarantee. From what we know, the Shahed drones are guided by GLONASS, or an anti-radiation seeker, located in the middle of the fuselage. For those of you who are not familiar with what an anti-radiation seeker device, it is a missile or drone that is designed to detect and home in on an enemy radio emission source to strike its target. But where exactly does Iran get these engines? Well, the Madoff 550 is actually a reverse-engineered copy. It's based on an original German design known as the Limbach L550E engine. This is a small moped engine or scooter engine sourced from China at a cheap price. Let us look at what it sounds like. People on the ground describe the terrifying sound of the engine diving toward them, noting that it closely resembles the infamous scream of a World War II Stuka dive bomber. Interestingly, the Germans intentionally developed this siren to create a psychological impact on the battlefield. They would install a wind-driven siren that uttered a screaming sound at maximum dive speed. Instead of the German Stuka siren, on this modern battlefield, you will be hearing a 4-stroke moped buzzing in the air, soaring through the sky. Well, let's take a look at the belly of this drone and how does it work. A drone is carried on a simple truck carrier that looks like it is for cargo transport, but inside this cover are these menacing swarm drones. Each launcher in a standard truck container transports around 5 menacing drones. Inertial navigation or GLONASS data, a Russian alternative to GPS, is fed to these drones. Points to be noted: they are using a civilian inertial navigation system, but it could be upgraded in the future. Step number 3. At the press of a button, the drone is launched with the rocket-assisted takeoff. This rocket-assisted takeoff is ejected just like this animation shown here. It was installed to reduce weight for efficiency and to let the 4-stroke engine take over. As these are swarm drones, a total of 5 to 10 are used all at once to overwhelm the enemy air defense system. The drone will be loitering at extremely low altitudes, which makes them difficult to shoot down. As stated, the UAV drones will be operating in a swarm. In addition, the Shahed 136 are quite small and have a composite structure, which makes them difficult to detect with the help of radars. When it reaches its target, the drone will dive in with all 5 or even just 2 remaining drones, swarming at full speed to destroy a high-value asset. Now let us look at its limitations. The precision of the drone's terminal phase is derived from commercial inertial navigation systems. If this is jammed, disabled, or obstructed, any of these could stop the drone from getting to its destination. As stated, this drone is flown at a very low speed. This could be countered by Javelin or even Stinger missiles, but the cost factor comes into play. We make original videos from scratch and animated by humans, so please subscribe to not miss a beat.